Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of The Joy of Painting with me, Charles Octavius Camden Kensington. Today we're going to be painting one of my personal favourites, and I'm going to let you in on all my special little secrets. So why don't you sit back, grab a glass of warm milk and enjoy the ride. Now, a few colours that we're going to be using today are going to pop up here on screen. Why don't you have a look through, prep your paintbrushes, see what you need. Watch this whole episode through once to make sure you've got everything. So next time when you start painting, it's all prepared. Okay, now I've already prepped this board with a beautiful shade of Utopia White Powder. Now, I'm going to be jumping straight in here with one of my favourite colours, a bit of waffle blue. Look at that. Just gorgeous. Now, I want you to let your hand be free. Let it do the work it needs to be. And touch. Just look at that. Just imagine you're painting the ocean on a beautiful evening. What's that? You can hear the fishes as they communicate with each other. I love all the fishes in the oceans, all of God's wonderful creations. Someday, I wish to hug them all. Perhaps I will. Now, I want you to, don't be afraid of getting in there, nice and rough. There we go. Beautiful day by the seaside. Just like when you were little. Stupendous. Okay, so we're going to continue with the ocean. Now I like to get a much bigger brush for this task. Right here I have the Filbert Excelsior McGuckin. Now this is a glorious brush. Very brilliant tool used by most artists. And it can be found at your local convenience store. Now, let's get crazy once again. Now, don't be afraid to get really in there. Oh, there's a little bit of splash in this ocean apparently. A couple of sea creatures dancing around. Now, that is beautiful. Now, make sure the ocean covers a sizable portion of the page. Good gravy. That is magnificent. Wowee. Now, I'm going to switch back to a much smaller brush. Let's just dab it off. Before we get into it. Okay, now this is a beautiful colour of orange and yellow I'm going to mix together to make my favourite shade, Blended Hamster. This is going to add a sunlight effect, reaching down, gracing the ocean with a beautiful, tender touch. Isn't that heavenly? Wow. Don't be afraid to jump in there. A lot of people are afraid to get into painting. But in reality, you can do anything you want. Anything. Nobody can stop you. Not even if they call the police. Now, that is a beautiful dance of sun rays upon the face of the ocean. Don't be afraid to really get in there with a few little highlights. Or smile lights, as I like to call them. Absolutely gorgeous. Make sure to have a beautiful horizon. Isn't that just stupendous? Let's get back into it with the blue, shall we? I think so. I've opted for a darker shade to separate the tones and the colours of the ocean. Now, let the hand do the work. This is my favourite part. You can really see the painting begin to come together. When painting, you are the master of the canvas. There's nothing in this world that you cannot do. You're the God of all creation. Now, keep going. Don't be afraid. That's it. Nice and tender. That is possibly my favourite painting of an ocean I've done thus far. Wow. Oh, I could just cry, and I think I might. Oh. No. Shh. It's okay. Don't be afraid. That is magnificent. Now, from time to time, you can pause to reflect upon your work. Don't be afraid to shed a tear. It happens to me often. Beat it like you're its daddy. That's right. Okay, now what's everyone's favourite thing? That's right, the sun. I'm going to jump in here right now and put a few rays of sunshine in our lives, because God knows we all need those. Okay, now for the sun, you want to do a almost rainbow shape. There it is. There it is. That is beautiful. Now, I like to reflect on who the sunshine in my life is when I'm painting such things. God, his little boy Jesus, and my wife. Happy wife equals happy life. And sometimes I like to paint and think of my wife and all that happiness she brings into my life. You know, when I'm good and she doesn't beat me. Sometimes I deserve it. She tells me, I make her hit me. and that's perfectly fine. Now, just look at that glorious sunshine. Yes. Last week, my wife hit me so hard with a belt, I ended up in hospital. But I did overcook the turkey, so she had a fair point. The children watched on in horror. But Daddy deserved it. Okay, now I think it's time for some happy little clouds and some happy little trees. Let's start with the trees. There they go. I'm a huge lover of nature. Sometimes I'll walk through the forest and I'll talk to the trees. It's okay to talk to the trees and all the little creatures that live amongst them. But I guess I'm just a little weird like that. Now, make sure it's quite fluffy, like a beautiful cloud made of leaves. There we go. This is your world. You can do anything. The tree doesn't have to match anything conventional you see on Earth. Beautiful. Sometimes I'll talk to the trees. I'll say, "Hello, trees." And they'll say, "Hello, Charles. How are you?" And I'll say, "I'm just fine." Now make sure, when you are painting, that you choose the right type of paint thinner. Paint thinner can make or break a marriage. Why, just last week I came home smelling just a little too strong of the thinners. And my wife, well, she beat me mercilessly with a tire iron. But I guess that's the same for any old marriage. Now, we're going right down here to the tree trunk. Give it a nice, long, sturdy, thick trunk. And I want to make sure to paint some nice strong arms in these trees for all the little birds of nature to rest upon. There we go. There we have it. That tree is looking spot on. Christ Almighty. I am aroused. Okay. And one more on the other side. My son sometimes asks me, "Daddy, when will you stop being a pathetic loser?" Kids these days. Here we go. There we have it. My wife says when the divorce is finalized, I will never have custody of our kids or see them again. But I choose to believe that in the end we'll all be bright and shiny as this glorious sun. It's that little sun ray, sun dots on these trees. And as the light reflecting upon them, wow, this is truly a work of art. Now, I want to just add some details to these trees. Here we are. Gently does it. There we have it. Christ on a bike, that is gorgeous. Holy Jesus. Oh, there we go. One more here. I don't see why not. Magical. Now, at this point, I want you to maybe add some more sun rays with the tool. Gives just the right effect. Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket. Now make sure to dab off the paintbrush between goes. Just okay. Perfect. Now we're going to move on to the glorious painting of the sky. And I want to make sure, because there are no rules in this world, I want to get a little bit of pink and a little bit of orange. And just get in there. There we go. Denny's. Fantastic. They know their way around a good ham. Now, already, you can see that coming to life. Have you ever seen a cloud so gorgeous? Wow. That is truly. Sometimes I believe that I'm not actually doing the painting and that God Himself is coming through my hands, presenting on the page. Now, keep going. Don't be afraid to reach for maybe an unconventional color. Okay, here we go. Go for the clouds now. Beautiful, beautiful pink. That is it. That is quite something. Alright, just slap that off between colours. Make sure to get it all off there. Alright. And just gently smudge. That is. I'm truly impressed. That's the joy of painting. Sometimes you don't know where it's going to take you. But more often than not, it's somewhere beautiful. All right, now I'm just going to take a little touch more green. There we go. And I'm going to add some fine tuning to these trees. There we are. And it doesn't matter if you get any in the sky. There are no such thing as mistakes, only happy little accidents. There we go. Right on the ham. That is perfect. I would be giving this picture to my son, but my wife is currently driving across country to live with her parents, leaving me all alone in our home, cold, sad, and alone. Well, let's just see how far she gets before she realizes that I have cut the brakes in the SUV. Remember, there are no mistakes, only happy little accidents. Okay. There we go. Now, I often get fan mail into the show, and I had a young man writing to me the other day saying that he loved the show, but he couldn't follow along because he suffers from color blindness. And he was asking, is there anything I could do to accommodate him? I just want to let this little fan know to stop watching the show, you colorblind piece of shit. This isn't for you. Now fuck off. Very nice. My God, isn't that looking astounding? Now, for the very last detail, I'm going to use an extremely special paintbrush. So I'm just going to set these down. Take this off the easel for the right angle. And there we go. Add some parts into the sky. There we go. Alright, motherfucker. There we go. There we have it. And remember to wash the brush off. Thank you for tuning in to another special episode of The Joy of Painting.